Duyilemi.com.ng. Without much ado, I want to invite Dr. Felix to take up further in this introduction and
Thank you, sir. Wow. I want you to celebrate somebody beside you and tell that person, I celebrate you, it's in you. Tell that person, it's in you. Okay. It's always good to remind people that greatness is in them. Always good. It's always a good habit to remind ourselves that something is in us, right? That we have what it takes to make a difference in our world. I'm highly honored to be here this morning, highly honored to be part of this faculty, people who are taking these classes for the next 5 weeks. And we are looking at, let me appreciate Pastor Faith for this great work. Let me appreciate Pastor Faith. And let me also appreciate Pastor Mrs. Faith also, and the wonderful team of Pastor Faith. You are doing a great work. Most times, building people, organizing meetings like this, you might think it's easy until you started doing it yourself. It's not easy. And that is how we need to encourage people who have stepped up to build life, to impact life, and make a difference in the life of people. And so this morning, I'm looking at the components of effective leadership. 3 components of effective leadership. And we are not going to, I just have about 5 to 7 slides. So it's not going to be a long discussion. But the first thing I will say is that leadership is key. Leadership is key. Leadership is key. You know, in those days when we wanted to start ministry, we just felt that ministry is about charisma, anointing. We felt that ministry is just about ability to preach. It's later you realize that ministry is about leadership. Ministry is about leadership. When you are starting a company, you might just felt that, oh, I have great idea. I have great service to offer. I have great products to sell. It's later you realize that business is leadership. Without effective leadership, even if you take your business to the highest peak, it will crumble. So it's pertinent for you to invest in your leadership capability. It's pertinent for you to invest in your leadership skills and your leadership effectiveness. And you know what? Most times we wait to prepare for leadership when we get to the positions of leaders. Leadership is what you prepare for long before you become a leader. Long before you become a leader. Of course, all of us at a measure, we are all leaders. Hello? Because you lead yourself. The first person you lead is yourself. Are we together? The first person you lead is yourself. When you cannot lead yourself, you cannot succeed. You cannot lead yourself, you can never become the person you are meant to be. This morning, I woke up around 2 a.m., right, to prepare slides, the PowerPoint, and then we have been here again since, just to make sure that this place is well prepared for this meeting. And so leadership is about self-leadership first, because if you don't lead yourself, it becomes very hard for you to lead other people. It is self-leadership to wake up in the morning and do exercise, work out. It is self-leadership to create time for you to develop yourself, to read books, to go for seminars, to go for training. It is self-leadership for you to go for retreats and reappraise yourself. It takes self-leadership to say, this is where I am this year, and in 5 years' time, this is where I want to be. Hello? It takes self-leadership. There are some people who have been where they were 10 years ago and they are still there. They've not improved, they've not grown, they've not become anything better than they were. Why? Because they did not take self-leadership very important. So leadership is key to whatever you do. Tell somebody beside you, leadership is key. Is key. So if you want to be anything, if you want to start anything, please pay attention to your leadership. And so we are looking at the components of effective leadership. If you break the word leadership into three, you are going to have what I call lead, you are going to have ladder, and you are going to have the sheep. The sheep is standing for the team building. So in leadership, you have number one, you have lead. Everybody say lead. And then you have ladder, leadership. Then the last one is the sheep stand for the team building. So you have lead, you have ladder, and you have team. So those are the three components of effective leadership. Can we mention them? What is number one? What is number two? Ladder. And what is number three? Team. So from this, you can have the three components of effective leadership. My wife does work team. Please let's celebrate Dr. Mrs. Duyilemi. Okay. Praise God. Behind a successful man is a successful woman, right? Okay. Great. So the first thing we are looking at is lead. Everybody say lead. According to John C. Maxwell said, a leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and what? Is the PowerPoint there? A leader is someone who knows the way, goes the way, and what? And chose the way. So from that definition, you can know that leadership is about three things there, right? Number one is what? You must know the way. A leader must know the way at least. He must know where he's going, right? And then he must go where he says he's going. And then number three is that he takes other people with him. He knows the way, he goes the way, and he shows the way. So leading is about going somewhere. Tell somebody, leading is about going somewhere. It's about going somewhere. So if you have an organization, the organization is going from where it is to where you want it to go, right? From point A to point B, or from point C to point Z. So leadership is about someone who knows how to move from point A to point B. Or even if he does not know how to move from point A to point B, at least he has enough sense to know where to get direction. Hello? He has enough sense to know where to get direction that will move him from point A to point B. So he knows the way, he goes the way, and shows the way. Now in leading, let's look at what leading entails. In leading, number one thing is creating a path. A leader creates a path. He creates a path. That is first thing leading is all about. Leading is about creating a path. And in creating a path, two things are important. Number one is vision. And number two is envisioning. Vision and what? Envisioning. And I'm going to explain the two. You cannot lead without vision. You cannot lead without vision. In fact, the Bible says that without vision, people perish, right? Without vision, you will perish. In the academic world, they said you either publish or you perish. In life, you either have vision or you perish. Your life is a product of your vision. You can never be better and bigger than your vision. Hello? You can never be better and bigger than your vision. Your organization can never be better and bigger than your vision. Your marriage can never be better than your vision. Your bank account can never be better than your vision. If I ask you now, how much do you have in your bank account? It's a product of your vision. If it is 1 million, your vision is 1 million. If it is 10,000, your vision is 10,000. If it is 1 billion, that is your vision. And if it is not there, you can have a vision from today and say, well, next time I'm coming to this meeting, I will have at least 2.5 billion in my account. Is that not a good vision? Hello? Is that not a good vision? Hello? But if you don't have vision of becoming a billionaire, you will never be one. And you'll be fighting people who are billionaires. You'll be telling them how to spend their money. Say you bought a car, 350 million. You should use the money. What happened to you? What happened to your own money? Don't have your vision. Then when you have your own money, you can decide how you spend your money. Hello? Are we together? So in creating a path as a leader, vision is very important. Now, I will share with you some visions of the companies you see around today. Let's look at Facebook, for instance. Facebook was started in the year 2000 and I think 2004. Is it 2004 or 2009? By some group of undergraduate students, and their vision is to unite the world. How big is that vision? How tall is that vision? To unite the world, to bring the world together. And they were just 4 young guys who met together in their dormitory, and then they started talking about something that will revolutionize the world. That was about how many years? Not even up to, I think they just did their 19 years anniversary. And of course, they started that vision, they test run it within the university, I think Harvard, and it succeeded. And then the guy said, instead of spending the next 4 years here, let me go pursue this vision. That was why Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard in order to pursue his vision of Facebook. And today, he said that Facebook is the 3rd largest word in the world. About 3 billion people are on Facebook today. As we are talking now, it's possible that you are on Facebook. And somebody says, if you are not on Facebook, then you are nowhere. And so you are a product of that vision that started about 19 years ago by young guys. And let me shock you, those 4 guys who started Facebook are billionaires today. They are all billionaires. Somebody asked Mark Zuckerberg that if $500 fell from his hand, will he bend down to pick it? And he said no. I said, why? He said, because by bending down to pick $500, I will have made $1.5 million. So per seconds, they make money. Per minute, you see, when you're on Facebook, you are not a human being on Facebook. You are a product on Facebook. I know they monetize your presence. Each time you spend on Facebook, you pay nothing less than $1 to Mark Zuckerberg. And that is why when you use Facebook, you must use Facebook as a business person. Hello? Am I talking to you? Yes. You must use Facebook as a business person. You must have something you are selling on Facebook. Let me quickly digress a little. We are in a world of sales. You are either selling something or something is being sold to you. So you are not in a neutral world. It's either you are selling or something is being sold to you. And let me tell you, each time you open your mouth, you say something. You are selling yourself. Somebody might decide to buy you by the word that comes out of your mouth. And of course, some of the greatest people in the world, their greatest investment is in themselves. So that when you open your mouth, something valuable comes out of your mouth. Hello? Tell somebody you are a salesman. So we have the visions of Facebook who had, their vision was to unite the world. And then let me talk briefly about Amazon. Amazon's vision, if you have dealt with Amazon, you will know that Amazon is one of the best company in the entire world. I've related with Amazon since 2014. All my books are on Amazon, and I've seen the level of commitment of Amazon to business. In fact, I recommend that if you are starting a business, please study Amazon's model. What did I say now? If you are starting a business, study Amazon model. Amazon vision is to build the world's most customer-centric company in the world. The world's most customer-centric company in the world. And if you do business with Amazon, you will know that Amazon is number one in terms of customer service. Number one in terms of customer service. If you buy a product on Amazon and for any reason you don't like that product, most times Amazon will even allow you to keep the product and they will pay you money back. I have ordered a book on Amazon and the book was not delivered on time, and then Amazon refunded my money and I got the books and Amazon still allowed me to keep the book. Hello? So no complaint. Just if you buy a product and the product is not good, go back to them. They will refund your money, and then the way they will even attend to you, approach you, address you. You feel like a human being. But I've had experiences with some companies that when you buy something from them, even 2 minutes after, you return it back. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. Especially here in Ibadan, they are going to yab you, they are going to abuse you for returning a product. And so, if you operate a business like that, that business will not go far. Because competition is coming now. You know, Jumia now are taking over most companies. Why? Because of their effectiveness. Hello? Okay. So, but the vision, if you look at their operation, you know that the vision drives whatever they do. Their customer service is top notch. In the year 1962, a man called John F. Kennedy had a vision. He was the president of the United States. His vision is that before the turn of a decade, we are going to put a man in the moon. We are going to put a man in the moon before the turn of a decade. Am I making sense? And his vision sounded illogical. His vision sounded impossible. Everybody thought he was crazy because at that time there was no technology that could actually take a man to the moon. There was no technology. There was no system. There was no engineering for that vision. It was crazy. It was abnormal. It was stupid. And that is how great people become great. Their vision is always out of this world. Hello? Their vision is always out of this world. And let me quickly say something that you don't make your vision make you. Write it down. You don't make your vision make you. Now, if you have a small vision, you will have a small life. If you have a big vision, you will have a big life. You don't make your vision make you. So, and this is why a lot of people limit the size of their vision. Because at the time they have that vision, they are looking at, I don't have the capability, I don't have the ability, I don't have the resources, so I cannot attain this vision. So they limit the vision. They compress the size of their vision to their size. But in the way vision operates, your vision will enlarge you to its size. So if you have a vision of doing something out of the world, if you have a vision of doing extraordinary things, if you have a vision of doing something big, that vision will make you. Hello? And that is why most times you have to do vision review as often as possible. Because some of the vision you have are too small. Hello? Too what? Too small. And if your vision is too small, your life will be too small. Your bank account will be too small. Your everything about you will be too small. So if you want to change your life, the first thing is change your vision. Have that vision. You see, before I move into the completions of the story of John F. Kennedy, let me quickly share with you what happened one time when Lincoln's father, Abraham Lincoln was 7 years old, but he was working with his dad. and he saw a slave owner maltreating a slave. And then he looked at his dad and said, why is that man maltreating that other man? And the man said, that man is a slave owner. The man is maltreating is a slave. And a slave has no choice. He was 7 years old. And Abraham Lincoln said, when I become the president of this country, I will stop slavery. When I become the president, and he said that he was 7 years old. Hello? 50 years later, that young guy who said, when I became the president of the country, I will stop slavery, became the 30th president of the United States. And he proclaimed slave emancipation. That is the power of vision. At the time he said it, did he have what it takes to become the president? No. He was probably was still very young in primary school, but that vision echoed something in his memory. And that began to lead him, because you see, your vision will define your life. Your vision will define your friends. Your vision will set the pace of your life. If you have a great vision, you start doing great things. Hello? Are we together? So John F. Kennedy had a vision of putting a man in the moon. It was strange, it was stupid, it was reckless. But let me tell you, 8 years' time, Neil Armstrong was in the moon. He landed in the moon. The vision became a reality. And he said, we are going to do it not because it is easy. We are going to do it because it is hard. Hello? So we are going to do it because it is hard. It was hard, but they did it. They did it. So leading entails vision. It entails what? Vision. Many years ago, in 2009, a man called Steve Jobs gathered 9 guys together. These guys were working in a company. And he told them, are you happy where you are working? They said, we are happy. Are you getting paid enough? Yes, we are getting paid enough. But do you want to change the world? The guy said, yes, we want to change the world. No company, only idea. So if you want to change the world, go resign and join me. Let's do something that will change the world. That was where the vision of Apple started from. And today, Apple is the only product, though as costly as Apple product is, people line up for the next Apple. When you buy Apple, you are not buying phone, you are buying experience. You are buying vision. Visionaries are men and women that change the world. We need visionaries in our nation, Nigeria. As a nation, as a family, we need visionaries. It's very sad that as far as 1962, a man was thinking of putting a man in the moon at the close of the century, at the close of the decade, that we will put a man in the moon. It's very sad that in our nation, in 2024, we are still thinking of increasing our megawatt from 7,000 to probably 12,000 for a country of 200 million people. Nigeria is not poor because we don't have what it takes. We only have leaders who have a tunnel vision. It is vision that inspires people. It is vision that builds commitment. It's vision that motivates. It's vision that draws the power, the potential, the energy in people. If you want to see how great people are, show them great vision and make them committed to it. That is where the energy comes out from. So a great leader must be known by great vision. So vision is very important. The next word there is envisioning. A lot of people have vision, but they don't combine it with envisioning. Envisioning simply means seeing the reality of your vision. That's what envisioning is all about. You have vision, then you envision it. You envision it. You see that vision becoming a reality, becoming a possibility. So it's not enough to say, I have a vision. You must envision it. Now, if this vision becomes a possibility, if this vision happens, how will it make a difference in the lives of people? What will I become if my vision is attainable? So you envision, and envisioning requires you using your imagination. You sit down and you imagine. Hello? You have 10,000 naira in your bank account today. What do you envision that bank account becoming? You envision it. You see 10 billion naira in your account. Sorry, I love to be calling big money because Hello, because my vision is big. Yeah, I can't do my vision with small money. So that is why I'm calling big money. And big money is coming to me. And you are here now, you are not saying it. When big money come to me now, you'll be telling me how to spend my money. You'll be telling me, look at that pastor, he's buying this, buying that. Right? So I'm saying big money is coming to me. Say use your mouth. You know, two guys were together, and his friend said, I just imagine I have 1,000 apple, 1,000 apple. His friend looked at him and said, oh, you imagine you have 1,000 apples? He said, yes, I imagine I have 1,000 apples. He said, will you give me 100 of your apple if you get 1,000 apples? The guy said, I won't give you 100. He said, you are my friend now. You got 1,000 apple. What will it cost you to give me 100 out of 1,000? The guy said, no, I won't give you. He said, will you give me 50 out of your 1,000 apple? He said, no, I won't give you 50. He looked at it and said, will you give me 20 out of your 1,000 apple? The guy said, no, I won't give you. Now, let's look at the guy. Is the guy being stingy? Eh? What will you say about the friend who said, I won't give you 20 out of my 1,000 apple? Who say he's stingy? We say he's stingy, right? You will label him. You will call him names. So the guy said, okay, you won't give me 20, but will you give me 2 out of your 1,000 apple? He said, no, I won't give you 2 out of your 1. He said, but we are friends. He said, yes, that is why I won't give you. Hello? He said, it's okay, but will you give me 1 out of your 1,000 apple? The guy said, no, I won't give you. He said, oh, no, we are not friends. He said, we are friends, but I won't give you. He said, why? He said, because you are a fool. Hello? He said, you are a fool. He said, why am I a fool? He said, I told you. I just said, if I imagine having 1,000, I've not got it. He said, what stopped you from imagining having your own 1,000 apple? I said, I imagine having 1,000 apple. You are here. What would I just said? Me too, I imagine one. So you want to get from my own imagination. Hello? And that is the problem with life. With people who don't have vision. They want to take from people who have their own vision. They want to label the people who have their own vision. They want to blackmail people who have their own vision. Don't be like that. So it entails visions and envisioning. Number 2, leading entails making the impossible possible. Every leader is a miracle worker. What did I say now? Every leader is a miracle worker. Because look at God. The Bible says in the beginning, God created the heavens and earth. Verse 2, Genesis, the earth was without form, darkness was everywhere. And then God said, let there be light. Later we find out that God brought light out of darkness. So every leader brings something out of nothing. He's a miracle worker. He turns impossibility to possibility. He said he's going to build a school. There is no money, there is no connection, but he had a vision. And that vision starts becoming materiality. Turn to materiality. It becomes a school. It becomes a conglomeration. It becomes something big. And everybody wonder, how did you do it? How did you do it? You know, I heard a story of an employee who went to meet his boss. Said, boss, I work more than you do. I work more than you do. At the end of the day, you pay me peanuts. And you have all the money. You enjoy all the benefits of this company. And the man said, if what I'm paying you, you don't like it, then you resign. He said, when I was your age, that was when I started this company. When I was your age, that was when I started. I started with nothing. But you have been with me for 10 years. You cannot start anything. And you expect me to share the money with you. Hello? So every leader is a miracle worker. And what limits other people, they don't allow you to limit them. Because what limits other people, I don't have money, I don't have what it takes, I don't have education, I don't have this, I don't have that. All of us have excuses. But great leaders find a way. Okay, so he's a miracle worker. Number 3, at the end of the day, a great leader takes others with them. It takes others with them. So leading entails taking others with you. When you know the way, and you show the way, Then you go the way, then you take others with you. So leading entails taking others with you. Of course, if if you have a great vision and you are a miracle worker, it's easy for people to follow you, right? Very easy. People want to follow somebody leading. Leaders. People naturally want to follow leaders. So if you work on your vision, if you work on performing miracles, starting from nothing and making something out of it, people naturally will have following. Hello? Okay, so that leads us into leadership. Leadership. So the next one we are looking at is every leader is a ladder. Every leader is a ladder. And that quotation is from myself, from Felix Duyilemi. Every leader is a ladder. And of course, leadership entails three key components. Well, good to see you. God bless you. It's been a while. Okay. Leadership entails three components. Number one is coaching. Two is training. And the last one is empowerment. Coaching, training, and empowerment. Leadership is about bringing other people from where they are to where they are supposed to be. It's about revealing their potential to them. It's about showing them their greatness. That is why one of my books, popular book, It Kicks in You, of course you can see that. It's about telling people what they could do, but they are not even aware they can do it, where they could go, and they are not even aware they could go there, what they could become, and they are not aware they can actually become become that person. So leadership is about providing a ladder for somebody to climb up, to go up, and to go higher. So if you are a leader, one of the components of effective leadership is building people up, training them, and transforming them. So number one thing in doing that is coaching. And I will explain the difference between coaching and training. Coaching is helping people to develop specific skill. Coaching is what? Helping people to develop specific skill. It could be skill in time management. It could be skill in effective communication. It could be skills in goal setting. It could be skill in public speaking. It could be skill in money management, money making, money multiplications, money retention. It could be skills in personal responsibility, emotional intelligence. So coaching involves you seeing somebody and identifying what the person lacks, or the person identify what he lacks, and comes to you and said, "Sir, I want you to coach me in this area." Hello? I want you to coach me in this area. Some people cannot even stand before audience like I'm doing now and talk, right? It's been said that the fear of public speaking is the next fear, next to death, for people to stand up and talk. So if you identify that, you can walk up to a mentor, a leader, and say, "Sir, I want to stand before people and talk. Coach me on how to do it." So it could be specific area. It could be in book writing. For instance, I've coached a lot of people on how to write books. A lot of people, many people on how to write books. Many of my students are authors today, and they are not just authors; they are international authors. Hello. So in every area of your life, don't say I don't have this and then fold your hands. While we were coming the other time, myself and Pastor Felix were talking, and he mentioned that somebody did not know how to talk. The person talks anyhow, or she talks anyhow, and then the person justified that and said, "This is who I am," or "This is who I am." I have people like that. Let me tell you, there is nothing like who you are. I did behavioral psychology. And in behavioral psychology, one of the things you learn there is that every behavior is learned. Every behavior is learned, and it can be unlearned. Every behavior at all If you sleep too much, it's a behavior. It's not you. Hello? It's not you. If you eat and you can eat from morning till night. It's not you. It's a behavior. If you talk anyhow, it's not you. It's a behavior. And so you must be able to separate yourself from your behavior. Hello? If you don't know how to manage money, it's a behavior. It's not you. There's nothing in this life you cannot change. There's nothing in this life you cannot learn. There's nothing in this life you cannot improve on. So don't accept it and say, it's just me. I cannot change. Hello? You see people who get married and they said, guys, the way you do things is not the right way. Say, no, you saw me like this before you married me. No, this is me. I cannot change. No, you are just being stupid. It's not you. That is your behavior. And nobody can put up with irrational behavior. All of us, we must keep doing what I call reviews of our behavior. Is this behavior okay? Is this behavior, will I become great with this kind of behavior? And if it is not good, you can change. Tell somebody you can change. You can change. So if that is the only thing you pick from this, talk, please keep it. Don't forget that every behavior is learned and it can be unlearned. About many years ago, 2006, I was invited to Galaxy TV, their national program, and they were asking me, some people don't read. Some people don't know how to read. What is the solution? And I told them, and I said that reading is a learned behavior. Reading. People who are reading, they learn to read. It becomes an habit. I wouldn't have become a reader if not because I met somebody. I went to his house and this guy was working, making money, but the only thing in his house were books. No bed, nothing except books. And he asked, if you get to our house now, you have library. That was what I saw from that guy. The whole place was full of books. I was in excess too when I saw that all the books, and he started giving me books. After I've read one, by the time I enter into UI, I was already an enigma. Hello? Already an enigma. I read all books. When I met 400 level students talking in UI, all their books are read. Their books are read. Hello? As read. As in read. Read. And it didn't happen until I met that man. I met that man, I saw that behavior in him, and I pick it up. There's one guy called Professor Barry now. He's just 9 years old when he became a professor. He's 9 years old. He's a professor. I think he's about 11 now. Professor Barry, checking up. He has about 300,000 followers on YouTube. And he solved complex mathematical physics equation. He taught PhD students physics, complex physics, Schrodinger equation, powerful physics, and he solved them with dexterities of a sage at the age of 9. And so somebody asked him, Professor Barry, how do you become a doyen in mathematics? Hello? Okay. How do you become this? How do you build this repertoire of this kind of knowledge at this your young age? He said, there's nothing special about me. So when I was 1 and 3, I saw my dad solving mathematics. My father is always a man in mathematics. That was where I picked it from. He said, every child is born with genius in them, but the environment they were born into can either kill the genius or cause it to grow. Right? So when you see somebody who is demonstrating unusual brilliance, it's not that the person dropped from heaven. He picked that behavior. So leadership is about behavioral modification. You are always picking the behaviors you want and throw away the behaviors you don't want. Hello? Do you know that punctuality is a behavior? Punctuality. Program is starting 10. Some people will be there. Look, some people will be there 10 minutes to 10. It's a behavior. Some people will not be there until it is 10:30 or 11. It's a behavior. They have put in their brain that program starting by 10 will not start until 11. Now listen, If everybody think like that, that program will never start by 10 because everybody will come by 11. Now, so that is a behavior. So in changing that, in fact, I interviewed a lady in Australia last year, or I think last year, right? And our meetings were supposed to start, I think 10, and because of network, the first thing the lady said is African time. She has never been to Africa, said African time, because that is the behaviors of Africans. We don't value time, right? We don't value time. Time is nothing to us. We have not yet appreciated the value and the importance of time. Are you with me? So you must understand that all of those things are, and you can change it. And to change it, the next meeting you want to attend, find out if that meeting is 9 a.m. Try to go 5 minutes before 9. Start practicing that. One thing you don't know is that people are taking notice of that. If you want to elect president of this country, we don't want to elect somebody who goes to meeting 10, meeting of 10 by 10:30. That is not effectiveness. Hello? So most of the things you do, you don't do it because of others. You do it because of yourself. Hello? So all of these behaviors are things you start building up and then you can learn. That is where coaching comes in. Somebody can coach you how to do it. Somebody can coach you how to do it better. Somebody can coach you how to talk and how to talk better. So in any area, you can look at yourself and say, I want to become better in this area. Number 2 is training. In leadership, we provide training. Like what Pastor Felix is doing now is providing training. This is leadership training so that you can become a better person. Are you better already? Have you learned something today that has made you a better person? Yeah. So training is part of leadership. And then the last one is empowerment. Empowerment entails ownership. You are helping people to own the vision. You are helping them not just to know about the vision, not just to follow the vision, but to own the vision, to make the vision their own. Because if you know that this vision is your own, the way you will carry it will be different, right? It will be different. It will be different. I've seen people in churches that kill their pastors because they don't own the vision of the pastor. They don't own the vision, so they just do what is convenient. They just do what is, if it's convenient, I do it. If it's not convenient, I don't do it. And you see people in companies who don't own the visions of the company. So they are just there to collect salary. So as long as they get money, that is all. If the business collapses, they just move to another place. So they don't own the vision. And one of the work of the leader is to ensure that the vision is owned by everybody. Is to ensure that it's not about me. This organization is not about me. It's about us. If you fail, we all fail. If you succeed, we all succeed, right? If you win, we all win. So empowerment entails some of this ownership, delegation. You delegate people to responsibilities to people, and then you give them autonomy. Autonomy is right. Autonomy is giving them freedom, give them assignment, and then give them freedom to do it, to carry it out. That is autonomy. Okay. I'm taking a creative pause. I'm taking what I did now is what is called creative pause. That when you are speaking as a speaker, you take a creative pause. A creative pause allows what you are saying to sink into the minds of your participant before you continue, right? So don't forget that. Okay, now we move to leadership. The last one is the ship in leadership, which is team. Team. Of course, when you are in a ship, you are in a ship as a team. So we are looking at team. And then there's a quote here by Felix Duyilemi. He says that great vision without a great team is a great headache. Great vision without a great team is a great headache. because we have heard that dream work, teamwork makes the dream to work. No matter how great your vision is. Look at Jesus. Jesus was mighty, was powerful, was great, and extraordinary. Our Savior, our Lord, He came to the world with amazing power, amazing potential. But do you know that Jesus could not do the work together alone? The first thing Jesus did was to select team, was to build team. I realized that no matter how great your vision is, I've had visions, I have companies. In fact, I've started companies, great companies with potentials. We launched the companies, we are doing well, but because we don't build team at the initial stage, we could not sustain it. Now, if I have a great vision now. If I want to build a great company now, the first thing I will do is to look for a team, great team. And if we have a great team, we can build a great company. We can build a great, and in a family, when husband and wife operate as a team, they can build a great home. Hello? So teamwork is very important. And in team building, three things are important. I call them three components of team building. Number one is attracting great people. We must learn to, now is attracting, that is where it comes from. Attracting smart people like Timmy, right? Like Pelumi. The name again, you are also Timmy, I remember that. So attracting, that is where it comes from. And in attracting, the first thing is there must be charisma. You have a charisma of a leader and you have a vision of a leader. Of course, it's easy for people to follow you when you have a vision. Hello? So your vision, when your vision is compelling, people will naturally want to follow you. I remember many years ago when I wanted to marry my wife, I had no money, I had no room, the only thing I had was vision. In fact, I didn't even have the money to pay dowry. But I told my wife, I said, I have a great vision. That this vision is so big that I don't have money to pay for dowry, but you can use my future as a collateral. You can use my future as a collateral. I'm so sure of my future that you can use it here. Owó ìdáná àbíbá àwọn ṣe ń sọ owó ìdáná kò lówó but future ẹ tó bí ẹgbà every future ẹ. That was how convincing. Now let me tell you, there is no woman who will not want to marry that kind of man. Most times women don't marry what you think is visible. They marry something they call prospects. They have this intuition. They know that this guy, if I marry this guy, he might not have now, but he will have. And he's talking it. Do you know that some women, even when you don't have, but you say with confidence, they will follow you. They will follow you. Am I talking? They will follow you. You say the future will be great. In fact, my wife will say, you don't have a couple, and you speak like a millionaire. I will become a millionaire. I will become a millionaire. Right? So you say, but some people, they doubt themselves, they doubt the thing, and they transfer their doubt to the woman. The woman start doubting them, start doubting their future. Hello? Let somebody speak big. You can get anything in this life. You can get anything in this life if you learn how to talk, and you can talk big. Hello? I went to UI, I did my master's with words only. Words, let me tell you, words. I did my master with words. If someone say, oh, you don't, this motivational speaker, you go to school, you don't have money. I went to school without money. I did my first degree without money. I did my master without money. And I will tell you, when I was doing my master's programs, if this is online, I will be vocal in class. I will be talking as if I'm the owner of UI. I will be talking and I will deliberately be sitting at the back because I know that the day I didn't talk in class, I won't eat. It takes talking for me to eat that day. One day, one professor was in class. As he came to class, he said, how many of you understood Pareto principle? As he said, they said, God, please don't let anybody know Pareto. I was praying from the back. Because I told you of the importance of reading the last time. Some of those things I've read them, I've analyzed them, I knew them offhand. I was at the back, and the guy said, the professor said, "I mean, they will Pareto principle." I said, "How we eat today?" Almost 200 people, nobody raised their hand. I was in the back, and I deliberately sat at the back so that when I talk, everybody will turn back. So I raised up my hand. Said, "Do you know Pareto?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Pareto principle simply means minority 10% determine the majority 90% result." He said, "Yes." I hope they're going to come back. I said, "Pareto." I said, "I will eat today." One man after the class walked up to me, said, "I love you. I love the way you are, you answer questions. Have you eaten? Because you have cafeteria." I said, "If I've eaten, you don't have be talking in class." If I've eaten, you thought I would be talking. I was talking to eat. He said, "Let's go and eat." I said, "Oh, praise God. Won't get to eat. It's something." The next day, I have to depend on talk. They are in class. He said, one day, one lady came to me. He said, "Are you a pastor?" I said, my brother is looking for somebody to pay tithe to. My brother wants to pay tithe. And I said, "Can you collect tithe?" I said, "What do you mean?" What do you mean I can't collect? I'm a pastor now. God bless your brother. He gave me envelope in here. Masters. Let me tell you this. Okay, let me just say that. 2 weeks before my first our exams, I was explaining tutorial. There's a course called Creativities and Innovation. It's only in UI they take that course. So one guy, my friend, we are not really related. He came from Bayelsa. So I was explaining the course concepts to some of my colleagues, and I was explaining it. These are complex courses to Lobosogo, Scamper, Pisco, PMI, all the creative tools. I learned them because I knew that if I don't master them, I won't eat during the exam. So I need to master them so they will call me for tutorials. Hello? So some of you here say, "I don't have father, I don't have mother." Hey, you have a lot to. What you see you will carry you to anywhere you want to go in life. What it is will carry you anywhere. Say, "I don't have father." My own dad died when I was 9 years old. And the only memory that I had when I was growing up is the memory of noise, because my father married 7 wives and we are 37 in the compound. So if you choose to vote for anybody, the person will win. So the memory I had was noise. The whole house was full of noise. Right? And from there, I remember when I was in excess to somebody asked me, 28, I was 28 descending order. Descending and ascending order in mathematics. I was 28 descending order. And out of the 28, nobody has ever been to university. So somebody came to me and said, "You are good, you are all of that, but how do you go to university? When you get admission, who will sponsor you?" And that is the truth. He was being sincere. We are patient farmer. Not this time when Gary is 28,000 now or 30,000. At that time, a bag of Gary was like 1,000 naira. So even if you make 10 bags, you can't go to school. I don't know if you get that. So the man said, "If you get the admission now, how do you go to school?" And I said, "Sir, if only," because I realized a lot of guys in our town that were given admission, but they could not proceed because nobody to sponsor them. I told him, if only I'm given admission, I will go to school. I didn't know how. When I was offered admission in UI, I'm not just saying this, I have somebody here that needs to be encouraged. When I was offered admission to UI, it was authority to pay, they call it in those days. I was given the authority to pay. I saw parents driving their children to school, wonderful cars. And then I didn't have money that would take me. It was 10 naira from Queen's Hall to Gates. I didn't have 10 naira that would take me, and I was going to a job. I had to trek. So, the devil is a funny guy. He said, "You don't even have 10 naira that will take you from Queens to Gates. Are you now sure you'll be able to pay school fee, pay handout, eat, accommodation?" And I said 3 words that carry me through UI. Faith is fun. It was a journey of faith. Hello? It was a journey of faith. Where am I going? What led me to where I am? Eh? Okay. Oh, you still want to hear my when okay. Oh, these people love story. I will not say that. Maybe I will come for your last. What is it called? The last class. I will now share my story of my friend in Marietta. Okay. So it says that team building forces are attractive, and if you have a great vision, you will attract great people. So you must always work on your vision. Then number two is building. You have to build great team. And building great team, we have communication, empowerment, and conflict management. All of these things are things you need to invest in. Learning on how to communicate, learning on how to empower people, and learning how to manage conflict. Because where two or three people gather, there will be conflict. The Bible says where two or three people gather, God is there. But you must also know that where two or three people gather, there will be conflict. There will be misunderstanding. So the ability to manage conflict